Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. The outstanding performance of China's manufacturing industry is obvious to all. India also wants to develop its manufacturing industry, and even wants to become another world manufacturing center after China. Therefore, India has proposed a series of preferential policies to attract foreign manufacturers to invest and build factories in India. Currently, Foxconn has invested more than 30 billion yuan in building factories in India. What people didn't expect was that some time ago there was news that another foundry giant, Pegatron, had also decided to leave mainland China and invest in building a factory in India. This news attracted the attention of many foreign media, who even bluntly stated that Chinese companies may fall into the water. In fact, the news that Foxconn is investing and building factories in India and accelerating its withdrawal from the Indian mainland has been widely spread. Foxconn invested 11 billion yuan and 12 billion yuan in November and December, preparing to further accelerate its plan to build factories in India and increase the number of employees in India to approximately 70,000. In addition, in early January, Foxconn also announced that it would invest 37.5 million yuan to establish a joint venture with the Indian company HLG to seal and test tablet computers. Industry experts said that Foxconn hopes to speed up its withdrawal. There are many reasons why Foxconn chose to invest and build factories in India. For example, India has a larger number of workers and lower costs, which is good news for labor-intensive companies like Foxconn. On the other hand, most of Foxconn's orders come from Apple. Apple has not only begun to transfer its foundry production capacity to India, preparing to put nearly half of its iPhone orders into the Indian market, but also requires OEM companies such as Pegatron and Foxconn to build factories in India. In addition, in order to attract foreign manufacturers to build factories in India, India has also begun to offer some preferential measures. For example, India has reduced the import tariff on mobile phones, such as SIM card slots, from 15% to 10%, attracting many foreign companies. It is not very surprising that Pegatron chose to invest and build factories in India. After all, a large number of foundry companies are pouring into India. Evenlisten and BYD are also interested in investing and building factories in India. It can be said that if they do not build factories in India, it is undoubtedly giving up the Indian market cake. In fact, whether it is Foxconn or Pegatron, investing and building factories in India is not so secure, especially Pegatron. For Pegatron, although the development prospects of the Indian market look good, it is actually not difficult to find many problems. Not only is the quality of the labor force low and there is a lack of relevant technical personnel, but India's business environment is actually even worse. Previously, Wistron, which is also an Apple OEM company, invested and built a factory in India for several years, and even put it into production. In the end, it still expanded from India. In addition, Foxconn is not only accelerating the construction of factories in India, but the local Indian company of the Tata Group has also become one of the OEM manufacturers of Apple's iPhone. It is still unknown how many orders Pegatron can obtain in the Indian market. Because of this, although Pegatron chose to invest and build factories in India, it still has many foundries in mainland India. In addition to mobile phone foundries, some mobile phone manufacturers also choose to build factories in India. For example, Xiaomi has built a factory in India and has been developing in the Indian market for many years. According to public data, Xiaomi has been the most popular and best-selling mobile phone brand among consumers in the Indian market for many years. For those companies that want to transfer their production capacity to build factories in India, China does not need to worry too much. After all, with the development of manufacturing, it is inevitable for labor-intensive industries to go abroad. For Chinese companies that intend to build factories in India, this is actually a normal situation. After all, the Indian market share is still not small. Although Chinese companies intending to build factories in India face risks, it is also a fundamental step towards the international market. However, as mentioned earlier, the Indian market looks good, but in fact there are many problems. If Chinese companies want to enter the Indian market to invest and make money, it is best to be mentally prepared. If you agree, please give it a like, and feel free to retweet, comment, and share.